Hello everyone, I'm Kronos, and this is my submission video for SGDQ 2024 of Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode Glitchless. So on speedrun.com, this run is generally known as no major glitches, since there are like relatively minor glitches that we do use, but the name is pretty much interchangeable with the category. So on speedrun.com as well, everyone runs the game on patch 5 because that is the fastest version of the game. But I am currently doing this on patch 6, Hotfix 22, which is the current version of the game out for everyone. So basically, if you have the game, you're able to run it instead of like needing to downpatch or do any of those shenanigans. So basically, if you just follow along with this video, you're able to do the run yourself, which I think is really cool, since there's not any major shenanigans that you need to get good at or anything, just a lot of do these things in this order sort of stuff. But I think this run is very cool, lots of cool mechanics and tricks that we do use. So yeah. It's also on the hardest version of the game, Honor Mode. You have a single save file, and if your party gets wiped, your run is over. So it is a very scary run, but it is very safe with this route, along with the fact that you do have the ability to load your save from F4ing for the game and stuff. So there's no real worries. If anything, I do have backup save files that I can use for the run if necessary. So from here, we're going to do character creation. We're just doing the Dark Urge. Normally, we use a Drow since that is what was needed for the old route, but you don't need a Drow specifically anymore. We're going to do very specific spells, cantrips, and ability points here. So cantrips you can see here, spells here, and our ability points here. So I'll talk about those in the middle of the run as we go on. But yeah. So now we're entering the prologue, and you can see that we're going to use Enhanced Leap on our character, which is the fastest way of moving around in the game. So with 17 strength, which we put in our ability points at the start of character creation, you can see how far we can jump and how fast it is. And it is the fastest form of movement in the game. So from here, we recruit Lae'zel by reaching her point here. And we're going to go ahead and search these Mind Flayer bodies for a speed potion, hopefully. So from here, we're just starting combat. We're going to go ahead and kill these imps as fast as possible. Just a couple swings here and there. And we're just going to jump all the way to the end of this prologue here. And as you can see, because we had high initiative, we're able to go first in a lot of these combats, which is very important. So from here, we reach the part just before the end of the prologue here. We double cast dash by casting dash once, turning on turn-based mode, cast dash again, and now we're going to go ahead, cast dash one more time now that we entered combat, and we're just going to go ahead and run all the way, search these Mind Flayer bodies for speed potions. Didn't get any, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead, reach the transponder, and skip the cutscene, and we are out of the prologue in under 2 minutes. So from here, we're just going to make our way down the beach and into Act 2 by just jumping past all the enemies, but there's a couple small important things that we're going to need along the way. So we're going to go ahead and jump up top. We're not going in this area because the intellect devourers are very scary. So from here, we're just jumping past Gale's portal there, since we don't need him in the run. Jump down here for this Mind Flayer, check it for speed potion. If there isn't one, we're going to go ahead and jump this way and try to get one from this one. From there, we're just going to go ahead, jump back the way we came.
There, a Mind Flayer, and it's hurt.
Kill this Mind Flayer. And we're going to go ahead and get their second speed potion. So now that we have our 2 speed potions, we're going to go ahead and make our way this way. So here we're going to jump up to the top here. We don't want to walk too far in this direction because there's a cutscene with the grove that we don't want to hit. We grab this pendant, jump down, and jump across here. And now we're going to jump across the river and keep making our way down to the mountain pass. So from here we have cutscenes to both the left and right of us. There's one with Auntie Ethel there, and then there's one with the Blighted Village to our right. And we're just making our way right in between them to the mountain pass here. Here there's a cave with a bunch of traps, so we're going to go ahead and avoid them all by jumping in specific sections. One's right to the bench or table and just past this wooden barrel. From here we're just going to jump across this set of goblins here. They don't interact with us, and we're just jumping right to Mountain Pass. And since we didn't recruit Shadowheart, and Shadowheart is required to be with us to have the artifact, we're going to go ahead and recruit her here.
My name is you can
Now here we have Alfira come join our camp because we're the Dark Urge, and it's pretty cool that she's here, but if you've played the game before, well, spoilers, she's gonna die right after this cutscene. And from here we're just talking to everyone in camp here because otherwise the game won't progress without everyone being talked to. From here we just skip all these cutscenes, and there's a lot of them. There's one with our Dream Guardian. And then we're going to get one with Shadowheart here after killing Alfira here when she discovers the body. And now we're going to leave our camp. And that is the main part of Act 1 here. And we are headed into the mountain pass. So from here, we're going to level up our Tav to get Fog Cloud, which is very important in the run because we're going to use it to skip past this set of enemies here. First, we're going to recruit Zelda, who's just here. If you don't rescue her before, that's where she appears.
Need to find a way forward.
Cast Fog Cloud right here. And we're able to just skip this encounter by jumping past all of these guys. And then enter the Shadowfell lands. And we are out of Mountain Pass. And now we are into Act 2 in about 6 minutes here. So now here we're in Act 2. I'm going to cast Enhanced Sleep on Shadowheart. And Shadowheart's going to make her way down all the way to the bottom. And we're going to talk to Kansif to get the Drider here. And we're going to have to pass a 2 DC check, which is generally very easy, with a 1d20. And we're going to swap out our spells here for command drop. In patch 6, we're going to do this because Karnas on previous patches would not interact with you if you did this command drop and try to pick up the Moon Lantern this way. But now it's switched around, so things have changed. From here, we're going to open this rotting basket, and we're going to put the Moon Lantern in the basket. And what this allows us to do is just have everyone just leave, and we're going to go ahead and pick up the Moon Lantern ourselves. And if we did it too early, they'll all get aggro to us and we'll get into a big fight. But from here, we just did all of that. We're going to have Lae'zel make her way down to the last light inn, while our Tab is going to make our way to all of these waypoints that we need to get in this level. And it's very fast to traverse this level with Enhanced Leap Featherfall. Only takes like a couple minutes to go like basically all the way across the map, which is pretty cool, honestly. Because it's very large to just walk around to explore. From here, we're just jumping across. You can see Lae'zel is making her way down to Last Light Inn on the mini-map, while our Tav is just jumping around to where we're telling her to go. And Shadowheart is just standing still as everyone split up to do their own thing. From here, we have our Tav discover Moonrise Towers.
I can feel it.
Going to go ahead and cast our spells now that they're about to run out.
It's strong here.
And we're going to make our way all the way to the road to Baldur's Gate waypoint, which is all the way in this direction.
This place is protected.
So once we
You
do
might
that,
find allies here, or at least supplies.
I'm going to go do that. Lae'zel just reached Last Light Inn, so we're going to switch over to her to do all this cutscene stuff that's going on as she talks to Tahira. And our Tav is just going to keep going here all the way to the Gauntlet of Shar, which is in the mausoleum in this area. So it's a lot of pretty precise jumps that we do here. Going to jump past Raphael by sneaking. Oh, unfortunately I didn't skip the things here, but that's fine. It's just a couple seconds of time loss. And we're just making our way to all these buttons. Going to press this button, and the one at the far back, which is the solution to this Citadel puzzle, or whatever this area is, the mausoleum. And we're going to enter the Gauntlet of Shar. So from here, we're just making our way down, jumping across here, jumping this direction, and solve the puzzle in this way. Switch over to Lae'zel here in the meantime, because Lae'zel needs to grab this invisibility potion, which is in this room. So we're going to go ahead and do that, while we have our Tab jump north.
At the ready.
And we use Minor Illusion cantrip, cast it right there, and that skips this fight because everyone's distracted. And we're going to go ahead and jump down here to discover this waypoint for the Gauntlet of Shar, and keep jumping west. And this is because we're going to go and grab chests in this door here. So we're going to go ahead and level up our Tav and get Knock and Subtle Spell. We're going to cancel Shadow Heart's level up here. Open this door with Knock and jump and pick up these left chests here, this middle chest, and we're going to collect the ring and equip it for the last chest there. From there, we're going to go ahead, switch back to Lae'zel here, who has grabbed the invisibility potion at this time, and we're going to head all the way up to the top here, just pre-pathing with Lae'zel. In the meantime, cast our spells once again, and head east. And once again, these guys are distracted, so we won't enter combat here. I don't know why my tab just didn't jump there, but that's fine. And we're going to jump all the way across, and we're going to go ahead and jump down this small gap. And that skips the orb puzzles that normally are required to do to reach the bottom here, and with Knock you're able to unlock this last door as well. So from here we're able to jump all the way to discover this last waypoint of the Shadows waypoint thing. Head back to Last Light Inn, and here is our shopping sequence. So from here we're going to go ahead and buy smoke powder bombs, and we're going to sell everything that we don't need back to the vendor here. And I have to be careful to not sell anything that we need. Once we do that, we go ahead, level up. To reset the vendor's inventory, and we're going to just buy the bombs and keep repeating. The first set of bombs has a weird glitch to it, so that's why we don't need them for the first part. In fact, it's a very bad glitch which causes them to explode in your hand, which is very unfortunate. And hopefully Lyrian fixes it in the future. But as of right now, it's something that we call a misfire, and that is one of the most annoying bugs in the game.
How's the barricade coming along?
So from here, we're just leveling up once more.
It'll need.
If you're all right by Jahira, you're all right
So
by
that's get this last bomb, and we're going to head back to camp here. And we're going to jump to Lae'zel, who should be in camp, but I forgot to group her, so here we go.
All is ash and meat. Pave my path with corpses. Build my castle with
This. Oh. Just fumbling a little bit, but here we go. I'm going to respec Lae'zel here
Should thou a matter
by changing her class, and we're going to make her a sorcerer with the same cantrips as our Tav. Storm sorcery, strength, dex, and charisma. Our Tav, we're going to
not this
also change our class just to reset it, and we're also going to talk to Withers, who says why don't we have a partner, and we're going to recruit a hireling here. And leave camp. Once we do that,
If you're all right
going
by
to
Jahira,
do shop again. Sell these things that we don't need, just to make sure we have enough gold and everything.
Well, in it.
And we're going to go ahead and level up to keep resetting the vendor's inventory. Twin extended.
If you're all right by Jahira,
Bombs.
you're all right by Miss Tech.
Level up. Oh,
You consider your options.
Lazel talks to us. That's fine.
Too dark.
Going to level up Invis, Subtle Spell, replace Fog Cloud, Misty Step. There we go.
If you're all right by Jahira,
Now we
you're all
buy
right
more
by
bombs.
Miss Tech.
Lazel levels up. Same thing, Fog Cloud, Twinned Extended.
Here.
If you're all right by Jahira, you're all right. Tech.
Level up again. Spells, Invisibility, Subtle Spell. Change out Fog Cloud for Misty Step.
If you're Tech.
Level up once more. And I do have an extra level up here for additional bombs if I need it, but I don't think I do. This shop has none.
Tech.
Can I just do that then? It's weird that that shop didn't have any. It's very rare to not have a bomb.
You're
There
all
we go.
right by Tech.
And now we're going to dismiss
This
everyone.
vessel is art thou
Great. Shook. As you.
And I do have 200 gold. And now we're going to head through the Verge of Shadows with our Tav. And with Shadowheart, as we dismiss everyone else,
The Wyrm initiates undertook their final preparations.
talk to Shadowheart here,
It's just if you're
and dismiss her as well. And that is the last time we'll see Shadowheart this run,
Your part has occurred.
as we enter Shadowfell. From here, just move down as we make our way to Balthazar in the Night Song Prison. So, generally, most people save or kill the Night Song in their playthroughs, but there's a third option, which is to give the Night Song to Balthazar, which is very, like, not used. Like, not a lot of people use this, but it's pretty cool that you're able to do this in this game.
Keep back. Hold your.
So we just give the Night Song to Balthazar, and because we do this, Shadowheart's angry with us and leaves the party. And we're gonna go ahead and go to Moonrise Towers. Just like so.
That's my mistake.
You'll find
Pray.
And we're going to go ahead and start to enter the Ketheric fight here. So here we're going to go ahead, jump up top here with our enhanced leap, jump to the top here, and with our special sorcerer ability we're going to fly all the way to the top of Moonrise Towers, jump here, and Ketheric will say hi to us and thank us for bringing him the Night Song. Get given a tadpole, but we're going to ignore it. And we're going to head back to our camp to get Lazel to come with us.
It is.
We leave camp. Now we're going to cast a bunch of spells. lots of enhanced sleep on both our characters. Twin spell the invisibility on both of us, and enter the altar. This lets us get into this cutscene, and we get taken all the way down inside this area, the necrotic laboratory. From here, we use subtle spell Misty Step, and we're going to just Misty Step out of our places here. And because we're sneaking, like, they won't notice us at all. And we're going to twin spell invisibility with Lae'zel here to make us no longer invisible, or to make us invisible again. And we're just going to leave this area, where generally we're not able to because of being silenced in the pods, but because we have subtle spell, which is a sorcerer ability, it allows us to just skip all of that section and brings us all the way here. So from here, I'm going to purge the pods for a lot of experience to reach level 4. And we're going to make our way down to the Ketheric fight here. Just a lot of jumps here. Jump to this thing to refresh our spells. And we're going to level up as we head down to Ketheric. From here, select Enlarge Alerts for both our Tav and Lae'zel as we enter the Ketheric fight. And there we go, we enter it just like so. So now that we're in the Ketheric fight, a lot of things are happening here. So generally we're going to have this big fight with a lot of enemies and waves to do that. But from here we're going to cheese this fight with explosions. So from here we just do that. Cast invisibility on Lae'zel, who is going to make her way down to the Night Song to free her, so Ketheric's no longer invincible. We get this cutscene with Ketheric. And now we are going to throw our bombs that we have collected. So with 8 bombs, we're going to throw this set on Ketheric here, which should do enough to take him down in one shot. And here we get phase 2. We're going to drink 1 speed potion, and we're going to drop the other set of 10 bombs and throw these on Merkel. And there we go. That is Ketheric fight done in under a minute, basically. From here, we're just going to start making our way to Ketheric's body. Going to go ahead, loot it, as we talk to our Dream Guardian here. Take Ketheric's Netherstone and stuff. Enter out.
All that you learned below. If you've got your breath, we ought to discuss our next steps.
And we're going to talk to Jaheira to recruit her. And we're going to go ahead and travel to Road to Baldur's Gate. So from here, we're going to go do an intermission by ending the day. And this lets us go to Jaheira with Withers at the camp to respec her. It's a lot faster than doing it other ways. And we're going to change her to a fighter with lots of strength, dex, and constitution. From here, we're going to do a lot of level ups here. Going to do it with an Eldritch Knight with these cantrips and spells. As this is pretty important, we're going to this as well, get Feather Fall and ability improvement. And we're going to max out Jaheira's strength here. She's going to be moving very quickly. We have Alert. And we're going to skip past these spells, get Invisibility, Athlete, 20 strength now. Gonna end the day.
As you jolt when the
And we get this Dark Urge cutscene. Takes some additional time. And we're gonna leave the camp. And we're going to head all the way to Act 3.
Ketheric is defeated. The path ahead.
And now we are into Act 3.
Sergeant.
So from here, it's a lot of cutscenes. And we're just going to end the day immediately as we enter probably the most scary part of the run here, which is the gift fight.
You're under attack. Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
But with Jaheira,
Well, so much for peace.
don't know why my Jaheira can't move for some reason.
Swift and lethal. Orders.
There we go. It's kind of buggy sometimes. Jaheira's going to jump all the way to the Astral portal to skip this entire sequence here.
I'm here.
Going to have
I'm under attack.
Tav and Jaheira now both start jumping this direction.
So the demonic figures we saw were Githyanki all along.
Such authority.
Still breathing.
As we need to get all the way down there with both our characters at the end of the sequence anyways.
It's not
So
over.
it's pretty
Come to
important
the
to do this. From here, gonna cast some spells. Featherfall and Enlarge.
Let us show them how it's done.
And Jaheira's going to get the Speed Potion.
Unclaimed, I'm sure. Still some way to go.
As we enter here. And there's the Emperor. So from here, I'm surprised that our Jaheira didn't go first. That is just extremely unlucky rolls. Gonna just throw this Void Bulb here. And turn. And hopefully this guy doesn't, like, do anything. Okay, he's doing weird things. That's so unlucky, dude. That's actually so unlucky. Like, just the fact that Jaheira didn't go first there is absurdly unlucky. So from here, we're going to go ahead and throw these guys.
Into position.
So that's one throw on this guy. Gonna throw this guy off. I got unlucky. This is a very unlucky sequence here. I'm gonna jump here to throw this last one. Yeah, so I'm going to have to waste an extra turn to kill this guy, which is just unfortunate because I had very, very bad initiative order. And the other guy was really weirdly placed. And now here we're going to have the Emperor and the Intellect Devourers and Jaheira kill this last guy. It should be fine. Gonna try to kill him here myself. Just gonna throw once here. And then throw one more time off the edge, and should be good. So now, our tab is dead, but they'll just revive because we don't have any scrolls, so it's pretty interesting that there's a failsafe that allows us to do this.
I was an adventurer.
And now we get this long cutscene with the Emperor. He's going to talk to us and everything.
I had people refer my name. He told me the name was.
And yeah, just a bunch of dialogue and cutscenes about freeing Orpheus and shenanigans and why we should turn into a mind flayer. But we're going to just say no to all that and just end this section here. Leave the astral plane, wait by doing a long rest, and then leave the camp. And that is the gift fight, where I lost quite a bit of time because I got super unlucky, but that's fine. And now we're in Act 3. We're going to have Jaheira do the main brunt of the work here.
We must find where Gortash and
So Jaheira, as the highest level of all our characters here, is going to do a lot of stuff. So here, just jump down, jump across, and we're just pathing all the way to Wyrm's Rock, or Wyrm's Crossing. So for this part in particular, generally in speedruns you'll see people throw Gortash off the edge, but because this is glitchless, we're not allowed to kind of do that, since kind of doing bug abusing by kidnapping him to take him all the way off in that direction. From here we're just jumping in between that gap of the door and the drawbridge here. We entered the castle, and that causes us to enter this cutscene for the dirge. And now from here we're just going to go ahead, get this waypoint here with for the castle, because we'll be coming back here in the future. Jump all the way across out here
there's something happening to it.
and enter the lower city.
Brain appears to
Now here we're going to do a little bit of a detour to the lower city, since in patch 5 runs you don't need to get an extra invisibility potion for these sections, but unfortunately, because in current patch you lose your invisibility when climbing up the brainstem at the very end of the run, we're going to need 2 invisibility potions, which normally you just don't need. Yep. So from here, in Act 3, we're going to go ahead. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Going to go ahead, and with our tab, we're just going to make our way all the way. My tab didn't jump. And just keep jumping down here. All the way across. And down. And we're going to go ahead and buy a bunch of fireworks for a very explosive ending to the run.
Have to keep going.
So from here we're going to talk to Avery. And go ahead and buy some fireworks. So it's gonna be all these, this fire, this, and then we're going to go ahead, balance the offer to get as much gold as possible. And we're going to go ahead, jump this way, jump across, jump this way. And we're going to go to the Sorceress Sundry, or Sorceress Sundries, very fun name to say. Grab this potion of invisibility that's lying just there. And we're going to go ahead and go all the way back out. So from here, we're just jumping down this path. And in this direction. And past the mermaid's tavern here thingy. At least I believe that's what it is, yeah. Something like that. From here, we're going down this manhole, and this is the closest area to go to the Ball Temple. So, in the sewers, heading this direction, up these stairs and stuff. We're going to go ahead and jump, or walk past here to go to Orin. So that's Yenna, who's disguised as Orin. We're going to just talk to her. And we're going to go ahead and open this door with the Fireball cantrip. Cast invisibility on ourselves. And just make our way down here. And because we're invisible, we don't start this encounter here, since we don't get seen. Jump here. And we're going to go ahead, open this door, jump down. We're going to make our way to get this waypoint for the Ball Temple. Head to the door where Orin is. And because we're the Dark Urge, we're able to open this door by talking to the guy. And we're just going to go ahead and jump backwards to the waypoint. Switch back to Jaheira now. And group up both of us. Go to the temple. And now we're going to go ahead, give Jaheira this amulet for guidance. Cast guidance on Jaheira. I'm gonna go ahead, cast enhanced sleep. Featherfall.
Orin snatches a child to
Enlarge. And with Lae'zel, cast invisibility. So now Jaheira is all spec'd up for this big fight here. And instead of fighting Orin the traditional way, I'm going to go ahead and just throw Orin off the edge here, just like so. And there we go. That is the Orin fight. Grab this stone here, and we're going to go ahead and jump off the edge. And now that Jaheira is dead, we're going to go back to our camp.
No one can control the brain, and it knows it. We must seize the
And we're going to go ahead and talk to Withers to revive Jaheira.
Dost thou require then that this is the price where
And there we go.
by doom and dusk I strike thy name from the archives?
So Withers brings back Jaheira back to life. That way we are out of combat and everything, and we're able to have Jaheira with us. And we're going to go ahead and travel to Wyrm's Rock. So this causes us to end the day here. We get this cutscene yelling at us for killing Orin and not doing stuff. Shenanigans like that, I believe. And now from here, we're going to go ahead and leave camp. And yeah. So now we are going back to Gortash to get him to join us for this part. Because we're not fighting Gortash, we're just having him on our side to defeat the Netherbrain.
The what?
So we're going to go ahead and sleep as we jump this way.
One day I'll catch a break.
Jump here.
Gortash is expecting you.
Jump here.
Lord Gortash
Go up. And we're going to jump here. And Gortash will talk to us.
aggressive at this.
Gathered
And now Gortash is going to talk to us here, and we have to be pretty careful with this dialogue choice here.
Hand me the Nether. I'm not here for you. There is
And now we head back to the Temple of Baal. And this lets us go all the way to the final part of this game and finish Act 3. So it's pretty cool. So don't mind my load times, my PC isn't the best, so it is a bit slower.
Do what must be done.
With Jahira, we're going to enhance Sleep Featherfall as we make our way this way to the north. Going to jump all the way this direction, jump to this part, jump here, jump across to this dock here, jump here, and jump to the skiff to enter the final part. Of the game, yeah. So from here, there's a cutscene that you can skip, but that's kind of considered a glitch, so we don't do it. If one of your characters is dead during this section, it skips the Netherbrain animation shenanigans. So we're going to go ahead and not do that. Instead, we're going to just have Jahira go ahead and jump to the top here, just like so. And yes, that is a glitchless jump that you can do in your playthroughs. Jump through the wall here. Jump here. Jump across. And there's Gortash, who is now with us. So now we're going to go ahead, jump down with Jahira, all the way to the bottom here. And this causes us to enter the cutscene. Gortash dies. And here we go. So I passed that check somehow, I don't know how. Okay. Lucky pass. But you do get like a buff if you do pass the last check and stuff, for instance. It's kind of funny. Oh, I didn't mean to re-roll that. You also have to be kinda careful with how you click here because you can soft lock the game if you mash it way too hard, for instance. From here, we just have our tab, jump all the way down to follow the Emperor. Make sure we don't stomp on his head. Wait for him to come here as we talk to him to enter the final sequence by turning into an Illithid.
Will give the stones to me. It is a
So have to make sure we select the right dialogue, otherwise it's bad too.
I trust you have
Make me a Mind Flayer. Come one.
come.
And now here we're going to betray the Emperor so he doesn't follow us into this end sequence by attacking him. And leave the astral plane. So now from here we're going to go ahead, have Lae'zel jump off the edge. And with Lae'zel, or with Jaheira, I'm going to go ahead and jump all the way to the end sequence of the game. So Jaheira is going to jump off top, cast invisibility. Just for safety's purposes, I am quick saving here. Jumping here. Jumping here. Jumping across. And since we're invisible and we didn't pass anyone that could see invisibility, we're able to go this way. Jump here. Enter turn-based mode, but that's fine. Just going to go ahead and exit as we jump this way. Jump across here. And jump up to the top here. And this is the brainstem at the final part of the game. And because of the changes of how this game is now, we're going to need to give Jaheira an invisibility potion that we're going to drop on the ground along with casting Mage Hand, but I'm going to do it with my Tav first since my Tav has a bit less time to do this. So we're going to do this, we're going to drop that invisibility potion on the floor. Cast Mage Hands, switch to Jaheira, who's also going to cast Mage Hand here. Use the brainstem. And that causes us to enter the cutscene. We're going to switch to Lae'zel, who's dead, switch to the Mage Hand, and with the Mage Hand we're going to throw the Potion of Invisibility on our Tav and our Mage Hand, so they both become invisible. Same thing with Jaheira, we do the same thing, just like so. And then we go back into the cutscene, skip it, and there we go. Now we're in the final sequence of the game, all invisible. I'm going to go ahead, have Jaheira jump this way to the top. And we're going to go ahead, fly with our guy here. Use the crown on thing. That causes us to enter this part here. So now we are entering the final sequence of the game.
A sudden shift.
Switch back to Jaheira, and Jaheira is also going to enter. And with our enhanced sleep that we casted, we're jumping over to our Tav. Our Tav is going to use Fierce Perilous Strikes to buff Jaheira. And then we're going to fly down to the Netherbrain and drop every single explosive that we got in this run. So all these fireworks, all these bombs and stuff. Just have to make sure that we place them without picking them up by accident. Okay, this set of fireworks doesn't really want to go down. And then with this fire bomb that we give Jaheira, oh, misclicked. I'm going to go ahead and throw it all the way at the bottom there, and that should explode, blow up the Netherbrain, And that is the end of the run. And there we go. So from there, right click to mesh to skip all this dialogue. And GG. And I accidentally split very quickly at the end there. But yeah, that is 48 minutes and 40 seconds for patch 6 honor mode glitchless. So it's not the cleanest run, but it's good enough for a marathon submission. Kind of trailed off at the end there because my voice is getting pretty rough from just speaking so much today. Had like a lot of attempts and stuff going on. But yeah, that is probably the first actual honor mode glitchless on patch 6 done. It is 7 seconds faster than Delph's patch 5 run, which I think honestly is good enough. It's solid enough to do. If I were to do this again, which I will keep doing attempts, I want to make sure I get like sub 45 minutes in this run just to get a better-ish run. But yeah, I'll be submitting this with a 1 hour estimate. Even though this run probably will be around an hour on YouTube and is quote-unquote a PB, my PC isn't the best, and I do know that GDQ's PCs should be a decent amount better, and load times are pretty significant in this game, so just from load times alone, I should be saving around 5 minutes or so. So yeah, 1 hour estimate for this category and run. I'll slowly improve it as it goes on as well. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, I hope this run gets accepted. It's a pretty cool run, lots of cool things in the run. Pretty interesting how everything is glitchless and you are able to beat this game in under an hour in the hardest difficulty of the game. So it's pretty cool. Yep.